So I think we understand who we are, and I think we understand where we want to go this season and moving forward. So we just got to continue to work hard and really just ignore the national perception and all that stuff because we're the ones that got to play, regardless of what they think about us, regardless of expectations. We got to go out there and perform.
Is this a good early season measuring stick, you think?
I mean, it's really, really early. So obviously, you want to go compete. They're a good team. They're still kind of figuring themselves out. We're still figuring ourselves out as a whole and trying to collectively come together. But it's just far too early to use it as a measuring stick.
You don't really remember the November games in April, huh?
You don't. I don't. December games are a little questionable as well. But the teams together, they come together as wholes later on in the season. Post All-Star break and that's when teams start to mesh and kind of figure out who they are.
What's it like seeing Durant with the Warriors on tape?
Haven't really thought about that. He's a good player.
I'm just saying, have you guys looked at him yet? And do they look?
No, we watch film tomorrow. Yeah, I've watched some of their games. I watched them against Phoenix. I watched some of their preseason games, but I mean, he looks good. He looks the same, just a different jersey.
CJ, they oftentimes put Steph on you. Is that what you're expecting this time, or?
I'm not sure what they'll do. I just know we have a tough challenge in front of us. They're a good team, and different defenders pose different problems. I think in the playoffs, Iggy guarded me some, Steph guarded me some, Clay guarded me some. So we'll just run our offense.
In that opener, they kind of switched it a lot.
Yeah. They switched a lot of off screens and off ball screens. So you get matched up with different guys throughout a possession just because they have so many versatile defenders.
How would you describe how you have played in the first 3 games?
I think I've been average. I haven't been myself necessarily. I've had some, good spurts and some bad spurts. But overall, I think it's really early. Still trying to figure out the sets, figure out the offense, and what I can, put us into. And then the other stuff is just taking care of the ball and making open shots.
Is that different than last year? Because I think some people, you mentioned maybe it's been average, but I think some people say, well, how is it different for CJ this year compared to last year?
From my expectations, from your expectations, it may be different. But for me, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do out there each night, and I haven't played to the level I think I'm capable of, but I'll get there.
What's the biggest difference you've noticed in Noah Vonleh this year?
I think it's confidence. He's confident in himself. He's playing his game, and he's not thinking. He's just going out there and playing. I think that's the biggest thing.
It's the braids. That's the biggest thing.
He needs to cut those braids off.
CJ, everyone says, that a game is just a game and you can't put any more importance on it. But doesn't Golden State, do you guys get more amped for them or more?
I don't personally. It's just another game. It's really early in the season. There's so many games, Just take it one at a time, and I try to take advantage of home court. But for me, I can't speak on behalf of my teammates. I don't know what their internal drive is or their mindset going into the game. But for me, it's just another game we want to try to win.
But can you feel the energy a little bit different when you hit the court? Because the fans don't think of it that way.
I mean, we'll see tomorrow. They come out no matter who we're playing. They come out and support us, whether it's Milwaukee Bucks or the Clippers. They're going to be cheering, and obviously there's some hatred towards some teams more than others. But I think they support us regardless of who we're playing, and whether or not it's a national televised game.
Playing with Dame a lot. Does anything he does surprise you still?
No, I mean he puts so much work in, and he takes the game seriously. And I'm not surprised by anything he does just because of his preparation. He's prepared, and the stuff you guys are seeing is what we see every day. It's what we see behind closed doors, and like they say, the truth always comes to light. And I'm honestly not surprised. He probably feels like he could play better. As good as he's playing, he probably feels like he could play better. There's some shots he probably want to have back, even though he's shooting like 60% from the field. But I'm not surprised just because of the work ethic, the amount of reps we get each day, even on off days, get 900 threes and stuff like that. Normal people aren't doing that.
Looks like he stole the CJ floater from you.
His floater looks good, yeah. That's just something he added to his bag in the summertime. You just got to be able to mix it up. He's finishing really well in the paint with the quick finishes and getting contact, but that floater is that longevity shot where you don't have to take any contact.
You give him any tips and tricks on that one?
I mean, we work out together, so I'm sure he's seen it, but everybody has their own flavor towards it. He went cross body for the last one going left. That's a tough shot to make.
So you usually stay left on that?
I can do it going either way, but for him to go across his body with the game on the line, that's a tough shot. It's a comfort shot, though, one that he's practiced. You can tell because he went right to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Damian hit those shots with a big sword, but I'm guessing maybe you guys felt it, maybe watching the tape afterwards, like seems like there was like 5 or 6 guys that made really big plays in that game, including yourself.
Yeah, everybody stepped up big defensively. We started to get stops after that 17-0 run. We didn't turn over the ball. ET was big early in the game, and in that third quarter, he hit some big shots. I think he scored 5 in a row to close the quarter, a big 3. AC was huge defensively, and I think our bigs, Myers did a great job. Ed, everybody did a great job of contributing in different areas, and then, when it was money time, the guys finished it off.
I have a quick question for you on Earl Watson. What do you remember about when he was here?
Earl's a good dude, man. I like him. I still talk to him to this day. And I just remember his personality. He worked extremely hard. He cared about the game, and he was a great locker room guy and somebody I could talk to and kind of bounce questions off of. And he's a really good influence.
Did you see kind of that coach in him when he was here?
Oh, yeah. Definitely knew he'd be a coach at some point. I didn't know how fast it would come to fruition, but he's really smart. He's very knowledgeable, and I enjoy talking to him because he's so wise.
Terry said he used to call him Coach Watson when he was on the end of the bench.
Yeah, they let him sit in meetings and everything, him along with Kamen. And he just really, really intelligent, had an understanding of what he wanted to get out of this life, what he wanted to get out of basketball. And I always try to bounce questions off him to kind of figure out how to take my game to that next level.
Can't fake the funk if you've been in the league for 12 years.
You can't. That's true.